Muchachos y muchachas, you came back. I'm so enthused and happy. My name is Natalie Denise, for those of you that are new to this channel. And here at this channel, we're actually getting back to the roots with exploring these elitist friendships and connections. You can consider me a celebrity channel in a sense, but we're going over celebrities in circles that are not really talked about a lot. And with these circles, I, in my perspective, have seen where they have convened and collaborated to absolutely infiltrate what we see today in our pop culture and in our society, especially shifting views of those that are so unsuspecting. And I hinted in my recent videos about the fashion industry. Now, the fashion industry has many sort of facets to it when it comes to the dark nature of things. For instance, and this has well, it could have some implication in what we're going to talk about today. But just as an example, Jeffy, you know, that guy that allegedly K'd himself in prison, but not really. Jeffy had a lot of connections in the fashion industry, including the modeling industry, especially the modeling industry, models themselves. I mean, the list goes on, but that's just one example. But we're not going to talk about that specifically today. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting friendship that I have observed and I don't think a lot of people know about. And that is a Givenchy, once head of Givenchy, now head of Burberry, Riccardo Tisci, and his friendship with Marina Abramovic. It has been one of the closest friendships that I have observed in any industry. Stay right there. We're going to go through it. And it is alleged that a lot of these elite people do weird things to stay young and look young, but you don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. All you need is a great beauty serum. This is a natural ingredients-based anti-aging serum called Ageless Glow. You guys can get it at 𝘏𝘠𝑦𝑤𝑖𝑡H.com. This prevents sagging, aging, and it reaffirms your skin. And again, like I said, it's natural ingredients based. You don't need to do weird stuff like they do. You get it at 𝘏𝘠𝑦𝑤𝑖𝑡H.com. I love this stuff. I wear it every day. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. And before I do, I just want to preface in this video that anything that I present here or in future videos is never meant to instigate any bullying or berating or harassing of any of these said individuals. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes. This is more of a celebrity news type of thing, if you catch my drift there. So with that being said, please do not do any of what is mentioned to any of these people. This is just for your information. Let's go ahead and start off with Riccardo Tisci and get some background on him. So he is an Italian fashion designer. He studied in Italy at the Design Istituto d'Arte Applicata in Cantu until the age of 17. And then he graduated from London's Central St. Martin's College of Art and Design in 1999. In 2005, Tisci was given the title of creative director for Givenchy, women's haute couture and ready-to-wear lines, which, by the way, is huge. I mean, Givenchy is not just some ma and pa brand. This is like major fashion design, you guys understand. Then in 2008, he was additionally named as a menswear and accessories designer of the Givenchy men's division. In March 2018, it was announced that he had been appointed chief creative officer of Burberry, succeeding Christopher Bailey. Now let's jump straight to the friendship he has with Marina Abramovic, okay? Now, if you Googled Riccardo Tisci and Marina Abramovic and pulled up the images, you will see that it is absolutely littered, and there's a plethora of photos of them at various events. I mean, galas, fashion shows, etc., etc. They are indeed a duo. They are a tight friendship. And up until I found this interview that CNN did on them, I didn't know CNN did lifestyle type stuff like this, but anyway, they were both in bed.
With everybody. And I think Marina, she gets in bed with anybody. So I think bed is the most intimate moment of the day. beauty is very important in my job. And Marina, she's very beautiful. I mean, for 17 years old, she's one of the most amazing women I met in my life.
69 and a half.
Okay. But I think she's got all the elements that be inspired in my life.
Fully clothed, by the way, and I'm just going to show little snippets of it here, and I'm not going to play, I don't think I'm going to play any of the clips because it's not really important. If you're interested in watching this, it's not long. I'll link it in my description below, but it's basically an op-ed of, you know, what their interests in life are and what their, you know, I don't know, what how their lifestyle is, stuff like this. They're a little philosophical stuff like this. So Marina Abramovic, if you guys don't know who she is, please just go do a search. And I'm pretty sure if you search for her, you'll see a lot of different content. But like I said, for reasons, we've just got to keep it in lanes here on YouTube. But anyway, so you already see that there is a very close relationship between those two. So much so that Marina Abramovic actually purchased a townhouse for them to live in. Get this is from Time magazine. They actually have a style section, which I had no idea they had. So Tisci laid down pretty much he bought her house back, I believe this was in 2020. Oh, this is in 2013. He bought her house that she was selling, which retailed for $5 million originally, for $3.06 million. But it also says here that Abramovic originally purchased this two-family townhouse to share with Tisci. This is the original plan. So who's not only, this is what Time mentions, who is not only a longtime friend, but a creative collaborator, while Tisci occupied the top 2 floors, Abramovic lived on the 3 lower floors, which open into a Japanese rock garden and the house crowning glory, a lap pool. Tisci and Abramovic are, this is what Time magazine is saying. This is what Time magazine is saying, guys. So they're saying that they are birds of a feather. And she tells it, when Ricardo and I met, I felt like we had the same taste. I really love fashion and he really loves art, she told Harper's Bazaar. For me, having Ricardo is like finding your identity. The two have been found in ways to merge their passions beyond sharing a living space too. Not only was Abramovic featured in Givenchy's spring 2013 campaign along with Kate Moss, but in 2011, a photograph from Visionaire magazine that represents Abramovic's opinion between fashion and art and plays to Tisci's fascination with religious iconography. He is seen doing things with their chesticle. Listen, okay, what babies would do to their mamas, you know, when they're feeding, that's what he was doing to Marina Abramovic in this spread. Okay, listen, I got some besties, okay? I got some really good friends in my life, but you will never, okay? You will never catch me suckling their because they're my close friend. Okay, this is just weird. And look, there are art world and, you know, performance art and stuff like that. That's just too much. Okay, that's a little much for me. That's extra. Okay, but that's what he was doing to Marina Abramovic. That's how close they are. All right, so they go into some extra details that, you know, I don't feel like you guys would be or find beneficial in. So anyway, it was about the purchase and the dollar amount and all that. Now, they've often collaborated. I mentioned in the article, or actually the article mentions that there was a Givenchy in 2013 that they collaborated on. There was I don't know, it's like an opera. I don't know. It's like a performance art type of movie that Marina Abramovic was in. It was called 7 Deaths of Maria Callas, or Callas. I'm not sure if it's Gaius, Maria Callas. The music theater work made with Serbian composer Marko Nikodijevic will be presented at the Paris at Opera Garnier from September 1st to 4th. After the world premiere of the Bavarian State Opera last year in Munich, Germany, the creative director and singer's collaboration, first of all born from a friendship they shared and exchanged ideas with the creative process, making this costume part of the artistic performance. So he, Riccardo Tisci, styled and designed this style set for Marina Abramovic. And here you can see these photos. This is a quote by Riccardo Tisci, saying, I'm a romantic dreamer at my core, so this is a very easy project to get involved with. The subject is one of love in all its forms, from the light to dark. Marina 𝘱𝘊𝑜vic is one of my great personal loves, and I feel privileged to call her my friend and family. She is one of the world's most daring and brave artists, and it's an incredible honor to collaborate with her once again. Which, by the way, as we proceed, you're probably going to find this a common theme with these elites. They have revered Marina 𝘱𝘊𝑜vic as like the best artist ever, right? And like, I never knew about Marina 𝘱𝘊𝑜vic prior to 2020 when she did that Microsoft ad, in which everybody's was like, you know, was alert and stuff, like when we all saw that ad, because it was kind of weird. It was like AI type stuff, and those are antennas, by the way, and ears, if you guys were wondering what that was. So anyway, they revere her as this like big artist, and like she's like the best of the best. I personally just don't see it. So anyway, he styled her with all of this for her production, and you can see these photos here where they're just discussing and styling and things like this. Okay, so the huge time collaborations with Marina 𝘱𝘱𝑜vic. Now, this was a interview that Vogue did with Riccardo Tisci, in which, you know, he, again, just kind of reveres her even more. What kind of book would you read? And he says Marina 𝘱𝘱𝑜vic's biography, an audiobook, which she reads herself. It's also fantastic. And then they ask, you know, if you could invite 4 people, living or dead, in an ultimate dinner party, who would they be and what would you serve? And he replied, the Pope, okay, 𝘏𝘶𝘲𝘐𝑖𝑛𝐬𝐢𝐿𝐴, I think. I don't know who that is. Sorry, I don't know who that is. Michelle Obama and Marina 𝘱𝘱𝑜vic is who he would have at a dinner party. Interesting. Now, it was when I came upon this picture of Kim Kardashian and Riccardo Tisci and Marina kind of posed in a selfie type of photo, where I kind of got curious a little bit about these scenes. So I went to Crazy Days and Nights, it's an entertainment lawyer who posts these blind items and later reveals that. And I found this very interesting piece here. And I'm just gonna preface once again, when we come across these little blogs, that these are rumors. A lot of this, we got to find proof to concretely say that it is the truth. So we're just going to say that this is hearsay, and again, a rumor and a whisper here and there. But nonetheless, some of what they have to say is pretty interesting. Now, there's this one post in 2014 that says Riccardo Tisci and Kanye West sure do spend a lot of time together. Sometimes my math is a bit off, but I think that since Kanye is married to Kim K, he has spent nearly 3 times back in the day when they were, or I don't know what their situation is, 3 times as many days with Riccardo Tisci as he is with Kim. There are also reports that Riccardo spent some time in Ireland during the honeymoon, which is one of the reasons Kim insisted they go to Mexico to have some Riccardo free time. Kanye doesn't know such a thing. It's interesting that the only times Kanye has shown himself in public, but once again, this is back in 2014, so think back then, or semi are best friends at some point, no matter how careful you are or how cute you think you are being. There will be some drunk British A-list model who takes a bunch of photos she shouldn't have taken and start sharing them with her husband's friends and her friends, and the whole world starts talking about the pictures, you know, the design collection or something, just saying. So this was posted by the entertainment lawyer, and I don't know what he was alluding to, but you know, allegedly they were, and when I say they, Kanye and Tisci were spending a lot of time together. Okay, now here's a very interesting post right here. This is the one that I want to get to. Want to know why the former A-list rapper didn't go after the former A-list tweener in his current Twitter feud? Because she knows every last detail about the A-list designer he doesn't speak to any longer. Every last detail. A former A-list tweener would blast that out in a second and his career would end, much like the tree in Christmas Vacation. And it says that it's revealed that it's Kanye West, Miley Cyrus, and Riccardo Tisci. Yeah, interesting, right? So this was posted in 2018, and I looked up this scenario where there was a Twitter feud. Of course, Kanye is known to go on rants on Twitter, and they are fairly interesting. I found this also the same year, and when was this posted? December. So it was in December. This was also in December as well. So I'm going to imagine this is the feud that they're talking about, where Kanye West was actually going after Drake. In a tweet, he says, "You threatened the safety of me and my family." And Miley Cyrus tweeted back, "Didn't they hear the news? War is over. Thank you, next." And this was alluding to, her collaboration with Ariana Grande, with their music that they made together. So I think what this is alleging, this little blind item, is that he didn't go after Miley Cyrus because allegedly she knew something about Riccardo Tisci and the designer he always hung out with. What I find interesting is we indeed saw a lot of photos, as I displayed for you, that they were photographed quite a bit together, which means that they did at one point have a very close relationship. But there was something that Miley knew and that she could have gone after Kanye about, and up to a point where Kanye West had to stop talking to Riccardo Tisci. And given what we know about the type of art that Marina 𝘠𝘠performs and stuff, it makes me think what they were actually into. And that's what I'm gonna say. What dark detail is it that Miley Cyrus knew that would be a career-ending thing? You know what I mean? Now, it's no surprise to me that these fashion designers are going to be in the celeb circles, but I just thought that I'd show these just to exhibit their relationship with different circles and industries. So these are coming from his Instagram, where you can see that he's, surrounded by the absolute, upper echelon of celebrity circles. You see, Marina, of course, in the mix. There is one picture of him, celebrating that he dressed Michelle Obama. So, like I said, it's not a weird, they're in the same circles. Okay. So they're going to be photographed within the same people. So I don't know that necessarily all these people are guilty by association, but just to exhibit these sort of connections and where they go and how high up it gets to. So anyway, I found that relationship pretty interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you know about Riccardo Tisci and his very close relationship with Marina 𝘠𝘠? And is it anything that you're surprised about? Let me know any other videos or digs that you want me to do. You guys can comment or send me an email at nataleedenise.info@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, especially share with your friends, because your girl's a little bit suppressed on this channel, as you can probably observe. But I'm going to be doing more of these digs, so stay put. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.